You're watching Gold Rush Whitewater in a rush, and we're recapping the episode First Gold. So what happened? An airplane arrives carrying Carlos, Todd's backup, to keep an eye on Fred. Carlos was a Marine and a commercial diver. He's polite, respectful, intelligent, and good-humored. Are we sure he's a friend of Todd's? At the dive site, they have a $13,000 floating suction dredge, but they need to build a safe harbor to float it in. First, the whole team moves 9 tons of boulders by hand to build it. Well, the whole team but Zach, who is given the job of hauling 2x6s all day long. Dustin wants him to haul them faster. Do you want to know if there's tension between Zach and Dustin? Oh, there's tension between Zach and Dustin. They anchor a high cable on either side of the river to support the dredge as they lower it into position. It's quite a piece of engineering. Fred and Dustin argue about the right way to lower it. Fred overthinks it, and Dustin wins the battle. Once the dredge is in position, Fred decides to head into the water. He puts on his diving suit and 60 pounds of lead. It's the job of the dredge to feed both warm water and air to the diver. But it's untested, and Carlos thinks it's sketchy. And it is. Fred dredges a bit, but loses his air supply and is pulled from the water. I'll say this, that water is rough, and when Fred is pulled out, he looks like he got the worst of it. Carlos inspects the equipment and finds the valves are not large enough. Undaunted, they check the surface material Fred dredged and find signs of gold. Back at camp, Zach and Dustin blow up at each other. Dustin was teasing him about being young, and Zach didn't feel respected. Zach says he's gonna quit. Fred tells him to lighten up, but then Dustin and Jennifer have some unpleasant words. Uh-oh. In lieu of gold totals, I'm gonna go with a weekly helmet tap tally and head rub rally. Helmet taps this week to Fred for trying to talk Zach down, Dustin for his dredge pulley performance, and Carlos for finding a way to not instantly make Dustin angry. Head rubs go out to Zach for his outburst, and Dustin for getting the cold shoulder from Jennifer. I've seen that look from my wife far too often. Dustin's gonna be lucky to live through the night. Tune in next time when I'm sure to remove whitewater dredging from my bucket list. Yikes! Well, despite my worries, Carlos turned out to be a pretty good guy. He seems to be a good addition to the team. Can't wait for next week. Until then, you can like this video, you can watch the old ones, you can leave a comment below. See you next week, everyone.